Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 970. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, here at the last place on earth. Today it's the return of the much-loved segment, Do You Know Dat? Where we'll look at some interesting news stories that you did not know that are recent. Plus, we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I also have with me Haley, who is here at Cafe Anyway presently.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
So I am going to be 1 year closer to 50 this Sunday. So in some ways, this is gonna be a real bummer day. But I'm gonna try to be positive on my birthday. I'm getting closer to Social Security, and that one day when I'll get to live in a big building with a bunch of other people my age.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We'll have nurses check our blood pressure and we'll have awful food, and I'll get to play
Mike's
another wonderful game
Daily
of cards.
Podcast.
Oh, and I'll get to watch a lot of Matlock.
Yeah!
A lot of Matlock. Suddenly I'm very excited. Yay, aging! Whee! Depressed again.
Yeah. He had a bit of an existential crisis yesterday. Right before he was leaving work, he realized how old he was going to be, and you could see in his face, like, he was freaking out, man.
Mike was having an existential crisis.
Yeah, that's fine. I get them all the time.
What's weird is, like, it's months away. My birthday's months away. And then all of a sudden I turn around and it's this weekend. I'm like, what happened?
This Sunday, by the way, spoilers.
Uh-huh.
So if you're thinking of a time to donate,
Me?
No, not you.
Should I donate to myself?
Our audience. You could do that as well.
Through the PayPal?
Through the PayPal.
Mike'sDailyPodcast.com.
Yeah.
And become an inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster on Mike Matthews' birthday. And all the cafe characters will sing you happy birthday. That's a different song that we won't get sued for. Actually, you don't get sued anymore, do you? Cafe. And yeah, so we're the Cafe Anyway characters. Wait, I'm hearing another piano on top of the other piano.
Yeah, I downloaded this piano app.
Really? Here, put it up to the microphone so we can actually hear it. Like on the other side of the microphone where the receiver part is. There we go. I have to teach you how to use a microphone. That's beautiful! I love that song about the brewmaster and him being on the lamb. By the way, he left his lamb here. Felix the lamb is just walking around Cafe Anyway, causing all kinds of problems. Oh, look who else just walked in right now.
Hi.
Hello, Micromaster. This is Madame Rootabega. I was on the last show, and I am back. You had me say something about how my hair picks up signals from outer space. I did.
That wasn't the last show.
No, the cartoon I drew said that.
Oh.
If you would have bothered to read the cartoon, Haley. Micromaster, I didn't understand the cartoon. It was supposed to be about how your hair is so odd because it sticks out on the top. I being jealous that you have hair. And you know, it's odd because I'm bald and I kind of look like a microphone, and my name is Mike, and microphones pick up sound, as I was explaining to you just moments ago.
Yeah. I'd say yours would reflect sound.
You mean bounce it away from my head?
Yeah.
So that I would be silence, where my head is would be utter silence and quietude. Oh. Well, Madame Rootabega, it's great having you here today. Thank you. It sounds like your show needs me today. Really? Yes, because you're suffering so much. There's nothing entertaining on today's show.
Suffering. Succotash.
Yes, you know, I'm very old, and Micromaster, when you talk about being old, you are not as old as I am, for I am hundreds of years old. And I had a little fling with Mel Blanc, who was the voice of the Sylvester the cat.
Well, that just got awkward now.
I will tell you about his loving instincts and how he brought me to pleasure. No, that's okay.
No,
you don't
that's
have to tell
fine.
me.
Yeah, we can bypass that.
Oh, okay. Well, that got awkward again. Like last show, Benita and Disgruntled Fiddle Player went out on the couch outside. That's like lice infested.
This is not getting. This show is not. It's getting less family friendly.
Really? Okay. Let's get family friendly again. Hey, I know what we should do. We should take the kids to an amusement park and go on a ride. And oh my God, a child hung themselves on the ride. Whoops, we went the wrong way again. Hey, so someday you're going to be a parent.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
Yes.
See, okay, I had the same instinct as you at your age, where I was like, I'm not really going to become a parent. I don't think. I just didn't feel the need. And yet I met people all my life. I'm going to have kids. I'm going to have kids. And they went and had kids.
Yeah.
But they had such a drive to have the kids.
Right.
It's weird.
We don't have that drive.
Why is that? Are we just...
Kids are kids are annoying. Kids are annoying. I grew up, quote unquote, as sort of a only child because all my siblings were a lot older than me. But I've also been around kids because, like, I have nieces and nephews. I've seen what kids can do, man.
Yeah, but there's evil sides to everyone.
Yeah, I know.
But I guess as I've gotten older, I appreciate kids more and I enjoy their sense of wonder.
Yeah, I suppose.
And the funny things they say.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me as I'm getting older is that that's the future. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that will be running this planet when I'm long after I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I find that fascinating. And I'm like, so I'm trying to like
make a good impact on them.
But not in a selfish sort of way. I don't want to, like, I feel like a lot of parents have kids because they want to continue on because they know one day they'll be dead and they'll be forgotten. But if they have kids, they'll be remembered. It's not that. Yeah. I feel like this little child that's little right now is going to grow up and run the world. And it's kind of neat that they're talking to someone now that they'll forget about years later. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I appreciate kids. I'm always nice to kids, of course, and I try to impart some sort of impression on them that they won't remember me for, or they won't remember where they got it from, but they may think in the future or have some sort of an instinct because of the impression I had on them that will make them some sort of a better person.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Very good.
But I don't want my own.
Right.
I don't mind others for limited periods of time.
Yeah.
But I don't want my own.
And I feel like a lot of parents didn't really think it through when they went to have kids. They just were like, we gotta have kids because that's what you do. And then they have kids and they're like, what? And all of Bill Cosby's, like, if you, not that you would, because everybody hates Bill Cosby now, but if you hear his old stand-up, that's all he talks about.
I have heard his old stand-up.
It's like, being a parent's tough.
And
kids do the horrible things.
Sometime in my life, I got my kids. Got my kids and they
feed them Jello.
Good kids. And they give them the pudding. And my wife, on the other hand, who she goes through a lot worse things than I do with the kids.
This is your Bill Cosby impression.
Yeah. It's all right.
I got it. No, you got the kind of the cadence that he has. Yeah.
That's what I was going for. We had a DVD that was like a live stand-up comedy routine, and it was all he talked about was his wife and his kids.
Oh my gosh, and he was so huge. And everybody was like, oh, Bill Cosby, he's so wonderful. Oh, watch his TV show. Oh, yeah. Family. He's all about family and kids and family and family. And then you hear about all the crap he was doing. Family-friendly shows, what we are. Family-friendly. But it's sort of, the family-friendly thing is interesting now because even like the movies that are supposed to be family friendly they do a little kind of a wink to the parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like that kind of stuff.
It depends how extreme they go. The little wink to the parents and the slightly older jokes and stuff can be really funny, and they can also be extremely inappropriate. Have you seen Jim Carrey's Cat in the Hat? I think it was Jim Carrey.
No, Mike Myers did Cat in the Hat.
It was Mike Myers? Okay.
I heard it was horrible.
It was the worst. There were so many just totally inappropriate adult jokes that Mike Myers threw in.
Huh.
And it was absolutely the worst. Like,
wow.
and I heard that, like, he was insisting on doing those jokes and stuff and wouldn't let him edit it out or something.
Because he was Mike Myers.
Because he was Mike Myers. And it ruined the entire movie. None of them were funny. And, like, they were confusing if you didn't get them. If you were a little kid and didn't get them. And absolutely horrific if you did get them.
Wow.
You know, in the context of this film, which is The Cat in the Hat.
Jim Carrey, what'd you think of him being the Grinch? Another Dr. Seuss movie.
Yeah, he was okay. That was just a very strange movie overall.
Yeah. I got tired of him and his singing, trying to sing the "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," because I like the Thurl Ravenscroft's version so much. Yeah.
I wouldn't touch you with a 49.5-foot pole.
And the guy that sang that, you hear him all over the Haunted Mansion when you ride the Haunted Mansion.
True.
Well, Haley, thank you so much. I feel better about my birthday coming up on Sunday. And thank you, Madame Rootabega, too, for telling me how old you were, because now I feel so young. You're welcome.
I won't forget you for at least, 5 years.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's longer than I was expecting, so thank you. Wow.
And you always have the podcast to remember.
And that's the thing, is this podcast is stuck in the internet code of the vast web, that it's stuck. My voice is stuck in there, of course, along with billions of other voices, but still it's
there.
I've achieved longevity.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it. My
Something
blog
special to be said about that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, what's Madeline Victoria, the lovely Madeline Victoria that I talked to last week, she finally reposted one of our shows.
What?
That she was on.
We're famous now.
Yeah, so see? And
dreams do come true.
We have 2 more characters that are going to pop in, and then we're going to get to our news segment called Do You Know Dat? Oh, look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we gotta keep out all the immigrants because they're all terrorists.
Yeah, terrorists with bombs. Keep them out. Do you know that? Well,
No. I agree with that. Yeah. Those
but doesn't that defeat what America is all about?
those English immigrants, terrorists all the way.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, just coming over and
The stuff they do.
the English ones, the Spanish ones, the French ones up in Canada, just all of them. Just
So pretend like you were. Pretend you're Obama, and you're at the thing he was at last week, and he's taking questions from the press.
I'm Obama.
And actually, it was earlier this week. And so all these foreign press people are like, so what are you going to do about this horrible atrocity?
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, the first thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna stand by the French people. We are going to send them the finest American Twinkies. Then, our military is currently working, flying around, wasting money. We will make sure that this ISIS, which the CIA created,
Your hand gestures are so good right
we
now.
will find the location where ISIS has their main base and bomb everything surrounding that area in a 3-mile radius and miss the base. Rest assured, this will not go unpunished.
Mr. President, I have a question for you too, because I am also French. But what are you going to do about this atrocity?
That's what they kept doing. They kept asking him the same question over and over again. And he'd be like,
It's gonna take time. Got a lot of stuff to do. But gotta
Let
be
me
patient.
tell you about my weekend agenda.
I like our Obama impressions. I like your hand gestures are really good.
These are my Obama hand gestures.
You see now at times like this, I wish this was a video podcast, but
I'm the president.
you could totally be a politician. I'm seeing it with your hands. You could
I majored in political science for
Oh.
about a semester.
oh, and then
And then I realized that politics suck. And also all of my political views changed.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is most people's political views change. They're not static means they move, they change. They're not solid.
Static. Static means they don't change.
Oh, static means they don't change. That's what I meant then. So yeah, that's what the people's liquidic. Anyway, they change, and it's not always.
Politics and gender is fluid.
That's right. That's
Politics,
like
gender, and sexual.
that's what I learned on the Muppet Show, or the Muppets. What's the new show called?
Muppets.
Muppets.
The Muppets.
So, there you go, Valentino.
I'm really confused, and now I need to put my head in a sack and scream.
Okay.
Same.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, but you're gonna do it in a different bag.
All right, if I have to. Well, thank you so much for listening to the show, and we're found all over the place: Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Podomatic, and Weezer. Wait, that's a band. And then there's also the Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow us there. And Amazon. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, click on that and buy it, and it helps us out if you go through Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Well, now we have the segment, Do You Know Dat? And speaking of Weezer...
It's Bison Bentley's Do You Know Dat?
Hey, this is Bison Bentley, and Mike Matthews has a couple of stories that'll make you want to ask yourself, do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that?
Don't you love that song by Weezer?
Oh yeah, that song is great.
What song did I play?
That one.
Okay. And then I'll leave it up to the dealer's choice, whoever produces this. Oh, it's probably going to be
That's
me.
you, yeah.
Oh. So, the next song I'm going to play is something by the band Smash Mouth. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm actually putting the horse in front of the cart. Wait, that's what you're supposed to do.
I should learn how to play Walking on the Moon.
Because Guy Fieri looks a lot like the lead singer guy from
True.
Smash Mouth. And apparently, in the news all over today, I don't know if you've seen this because I don't know you personally, person listening, but I do know that Guy Fieri is really mad at Anthony Bourdain because Anthony Bourdain has said some really funny stuff about Guy in a not so nice way, using the word that rhymes with moosh and moosh flag over and over again.
Babushka. Without the ka.
And the buh. So, one thing Anthony Bourdain said is that Guy Fieri looks like if Ed Hardy blanked a juggalo. Ed Hardy's the guy that does all the tattoo kind of art.
Yeah, ooh.
Because Guy Fieri has a lot of tattoos. And then Guy Fieri said, it's actually disappointing. I don't like him making fun of people. And then he didn't like the fact that he always makes... He goes, so I have what's that? Bleached hair.
Yeah.
Who cares that I have bleached hair or not?
Well, Guy Fieri, people do make fun of Guy Fieri a lot. I've seen it a lot.
His food is terrible.
Okay.
His restaurants are horrible.
His food is terrible. His restaurants is horrible.
His show's kind of fun.
He's got so much energy in his shows.
Yeah, his shows are fun.
He's just doing what he loves, and he's a really cool person.
Is he really?
Yes, he's done a lot of really cool stuff. His sister is gay. And so, like, as a reaction to that, not only is he, like, a huge advocate for gay rights, but he became an ordained person.
So he could marry gay people.
And he married a huge amount of gay couples.
Wow.
In Florida, I think, as celebration for his sister's wedding.
How did you find out all this information?
I don't know, somewhere.
It just, there's a chip in your head. You know, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Guy and Anthony Bourdain are both in their 50s. Anthony is a little bit older.
And Guy looks great for his age, by the way.
Yeah!
He looks amazing for a 50-year-old.
Mark Ruffalo, did I say this on your last show? Yeah, I did.
You said it on a previous show, not last one. I think it was a few weeks back.
Oh,
he does look good for his age as well.
He does. And he's going to be the same. He is the same age.
He's also a cool person.
All right, so now walking on the moon or something.
So don't delay, act now, supplies are running out. Allow if you're still alive, 6 to 8 years to arrive. And if you follow the maid, be out tomorrow. But if the office shine, you might as well be walking on the sun.
Okay, that was a good song.
Wow.
Now, here's the other story that I found interesting called A Single Molecule Submarine. Composed of only 244 atoms, they are propelled by light. Each of the single molecule 244 atom submersibles built in this place called the Rice Lab from Rice University has a motor powered by ultraviolet light. With each full revolution, the motor's tail-like propeller moves the sub forward 18 nanometers. That's not very far.
18 nanometers.
And the motor. So wait a minute. You wouldn't put this in the ocean, though, would you? It's so small.
It would get crushed, or maybe it wouldn't get crushed, and that's why they want to put it in the ocean, so you can go down where they've never been able to go before. Because it's so small that it's not affected by anything. I don't know.
A decade ago, this lab introduced the world to nano cars, single molecule cars with 4 wheels, axles, and independent suspensions.
Single molecule cars?
Why?
That's crazy. I made a star with my straw.
Oh, let's look at it.
Are you going to use this as your podcast picture?
Oh, no. The podcast picture today is the Sphinx in
don't
Vegas.
Spoil it.
Oh, I got ahead of myself then.
You're going to have to bleep that out.
No, we'll just fill up the later part with...
I was thinking, because I was listening to the last show, and like the bleeping out got kind of obnoxious at different parks.
Oh, because they cuss so much, yeah.
Well, no, just the noise that you use.
Yeah.
Noise.
So I should use a different noise.
We should use something like at the beginning of the show in the song when it goes mics. And if it's a couple in a row,
and that would be the
mics.
That would be the bleep.
Daily podcast.
And then just play out the.
Yeah.
Over each of the expletives
Put those over
that I'm
the
bleeping.
expletives. That's my idea.
Okay. And now one more song that we'll play from the band Boston. Because this has to do with Boston, Massachusetts. A lady there...
you could play Dirty Water.
By Boston?
Boston, you're my home. It wasn't by Boston.
But all right, we'll play Dirty Water, whatever you're talking about. Going out of this then. A Massachusetts agency is letting a woman who belongs to the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster wear a colander on her head in her driver's license photo after she cited her religious beliefs. She said that she absolutely loves the history and the story of Pastafarians, whose website says... Why are you whistling like that?
It's the national... It's the national song of the Pastafarian religion. I don't know.
Is it like wind blowing or something? Anyway, Pastafarians, whose website says has existed in secrecy for hundreds of years, it entered the mainstream in 2005.
So do you know about Pastafarianism? Like, have you heard about
Wearing
it
the
before?
spaghetti strainer allows her to express her beliefs. So, no, I don't know.
Okay, Pastafarianism is a religion made up by atheists in order to make fun of Christians.
Oh!
Or make fun of religion. Because it is a religion around a giant spaghetti monster that created the universe. Cosmic spaghetti monster.
Oh, kind of like that Christians believe in a monster that created the universe.
Yeah.
And the monster's name was Zool?
Sure.
I don't ever read or anything. I don't think I've ever been to school. I was dropped out of a helicopter at a young age onto people who picked me up and said, let us give this child a podcast. And I grew up the rest of my life in a pod.
Castaway to sea.
That's right. That's my religion.
With only your
I'm a podcastafarian.
Podcastafarian.
But I love that dirty water. Oh, Boston, you're my home.
As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast, Summer in Podcast, Pro Valley.
And here's today's podcast picture.
We already know what the podcast picture
Mont.
is because he spoiled it.
Yeah, but you know what? I should be more specific. The Luxor in Vegas, and I was there in 2006 with the radio station.
That was 9 years ago.
I did not have to pay for the trip because it was with a radio station,
Nice.
and we had to chaperone a bunch of listeners. Oh my gosh, we had to transport the listeners. We put them in like a shuttle bus. And the shuttle bus agency was picked from the radio station, and they were horrible. And the bus overheated on the way there. The air conditioning broke down. All the listeners were complaining. Then coming back, he got lost, and it took forever to get home. Oh, it was terrible. And then one of the listeners got so mad they reported this agency to the Better Business Bureau, not us, because they loved the radio station.
Yeah.
And then the salesperson that represented that client got so mad, was like, why did that listener do that? Well, maybe if your company knew what they were doing.
Yeah, true. Why did we get reported? Because you suck. Well, we don't want to get reported, then don't suck.
That's the simple rules to live by. So that was my Vegas trip. I've only been twice.
I've only been twice as well. I got a very important tip, and that's if you're walking along the main street, don't look down.
Why is that?
Because you have all those people clicking their cards and shoving them in your hands.
Yeah.
And people instantly drop them as soon as they get them.
Oh.
So you look down, and there's just naked women everywhere on the cards on the sidewalk.
Isn't that like littering?
It is.
Shouldn't those people be cited?
They should be. I saw them.
So that's definitely not a family-friendly place to go.
It's not in the slightest.
Unless you want your children...
They have stars on them.
Oh, to block out certain parts.
To block out the nipple.
Okay. So I guess if you want your children to learn about the female body...
Don't go to Vegas.
It's a field trip.
Don't go and look at their Photoshop.
I complained on a recent podcast about Vegas, so I won't go into it now, but it is just a strange place.
It is. No, it's a testament to human stubbornness.
Why human stubbornness?
Because they somehow still manage to have a city just in the desert.
Oh, right.
Just there with nothing around it.
Yeah.
At least in like Arizona, it's like a collection of different cities in the desert, sort of kind of working together.
Right, like a team.
Right. In Nevada, where Las Vegas is, you have the Hoover Dam.
Yes.
Then you have a bunch of dust. And right in the middle, Las Vegas. And the outskirts of Las Vegas are covered in dust.
Yeah.
And broken down and filled with gangs and